All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm so excited about this deep dive because we are talking about AI girlfriends. And, I mean, whoa, this is like straight out of science fiction, except it's not.
It is wild stuff. Yeah.
It is wild stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently, and this is according to a blog post from somebody who works in internet payments, so they like see all the money trails.
They know.
They would know
Hmm.
six-figure incomes from AI girlfriends. Like, what is going on?
It's incredible. The money coming in is just one sign of how big this is getting.
Yeah. So we're going to try to figure out what is going on here. Like, what exactly are these things?
Mhm.
And what are some of the maybe ethical or legal challenges of this whole thing?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
So let's just start at the beginning. What exactly are we talking about when we say AI girlfriend?
So basically, think about like customizing your perfect partner.
Oh, okay.
You can decide their personality, how they look, what they're interested in.
Like a video game character almost?
Yeah, kind of, except it's more than just looks. It's really about interacting with them.
So like you can chat with them and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You can chat, you can send like virtual gifts, and the blog post even hints that it can get kind of
Spicy.
yeah, let's just say spicy.
Wow. Okay, so this isn't just like a couple of nerds in their basement coding. This is like a real business.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, this blog post mentions one developer making like $250,000 a month.
A month.
A month.
It's insane.
It's crazy, right? I mean, you can't just dismiss that it means there's a real market for this.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, why is it so popular?
Well, we're increasingly living in this digital world, and human connection can be hard to find.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe this is filling a void for some people.
Right. Or like loneliness. Or just wanting somebody to talk to who gets you.
Exactly. And, traditional relationships aren't perfect either, so maybe this is seen as a simpler alternative.
Interesting. Okay. So we've got the what now let's talk about the how does all this actually work?
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got these apps, and they use some pretty complex AI to create these digital companions, and, you interact with them through text messages or voice calls.
It's kind of like those chatbots, but way more
Well,
advanced.
yeah, much more advanced. These AI are designed to learn and adapt to your preferences.
So it's not just pre-programmed responses. They actually kind of evolve with you.
Right. And that's one of the things that makes this so tricky from a compliance standpoint.
Okay. Yeah. Because the source talked about this razor thin line developers have to walk
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you make sure people are using these apps safely and legally?
without being like Big Brother watching everything.
Exactly. The blog post asks, how do you police user behavior without stepping into mass surveillance or violating privacy?
Yeah. Good question.
I mean, it's a struggle for social media companies too, and they're dealing with real people.
This is like a whole other level.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then you've got the issue of fraud prevention
Yeah.
because, people can create fake profiles or try to scam others.
Oh, yeah. So the developers have to find ways to verify identities and protect users from financial harm.
It's a lot to juggle.
Yeah, so you've got the technical challenges, but then it gets even trickier when you start thinking about the ethical side of things.
Oh, absolutely. Like, where do you draw the line with what's acceptable behavior?
Right, because the AI is designed to please the user.
Mm,
So what happens when a user asks for something that's maybe illegal or harmful?
exactly. And that's where that idea of the duality of tools comes in.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
Like, you can use the same AI to flag harmful content or to censor someone's legitimate expression.
It's all about how it's used.
Exactly. And I think in this case, it raises some really big questions about how much control we want AI to have over our lives.
Right, because you could argue that these apps are already shaping people's expectations of relationships.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're interacting with this perfect AI companion that always agrees with you and never argues.
It can make it harder to deal with the messiness of real human relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's the whole question of like, is this healthy? Is it good for people to be spending so much time in these virtual relationships?
Well, that's a tough one because on the one hand, it could be a form of escapism.
Right, getting lost in a fantasy world.
Well, on the other hand, it could also be a way for people to explore their own identity and desires in a safe space.
I guess it depends on the person and how they're using it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why this whole topic is so fascinating because there are no easy answers.
Yeah, it's like a whole new frontier.
It really is.
Oh, and I have to tell you about this funny part in the blog post. So the author actually tried out one of these AI apps themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like the AI gave them a whole makeover, like slimmer, taller, younger, The whole nine yards.
Wow, even the experts aren't immune to the allure of AI fantasy.
It's true, and I think it speaks to that blurring of lines between reality and fantasy that we were talking about
You're
earlier.
right. Like if AI can so easily create these idealized versions of ourselves and our relationships,
What does that mean for our sense of self-worth and our ability to connect with real people?
yeah, big questions, and I don't think we have all the answers yet.
Definitely not, but I think this deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
It has, and I hope it encourages people to start having these conversations because AI is here to stay.
It is, and it's only going to get more advanced, so we need to be prepared for the challenges and opportunities that come with it.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the wild world of AI girlfriends.
And remember, folks, this is just the beginning.
Exactly. Who knows what other ethical dilemmas are lurking just around the corner? It's something to think about. Let us know what you think. What are your biggest questions about AI? We might even feature your thoughts in our next deep dive. Until then, stay curious.
And be careful out there.
Exactly.